This is the story of Taylen and Wyatt Brooks, two brothers whose adventurous spirits brought them deep into the woods of Dorado County, California. What began as a thrilling day of hunting and camping turned into a tragic encounter with a mountain lion. So, how did they find themselves facing such a devastating and rare event? Today, we'll explore the story of Taylen and Wyatt Brooks, a heartbreaking tale that has left their family and community in shock. Taylen Robert Claude Brooks was just a 21-year-old boy, and Wyatt Jay Charles Brooks, 18 years old. They were two brothers who shared an unbreakable bond rooted in their love for the outdoors. Raised in Dorado County, California, the Brooks brothers grew up hunting, fishing, and spending countless hours exploring the wilderness together. Their connection to nature was a defining part of their lives, and they often sought out shed antlers, especially during spring, when it became their favorite outdoor activity. Taylen worked alongside his father as a house painter and was known for being a kind and gentle soul. When he wasn't working or cutting firewood, Taylen enjoyed playing the guitar and spending time with his family. Wyatt, on the other hand, was enrolled in a local firefighter academy, aspiring to join CAL FIRE. A passionate bow hunter and former baseball player, Wyatt was known for his determination and strong work ethic. The brothers were inseparable, sharing not just hobbies but a deep connection that made them as close as any two brothers could be. The woods near Georgetown, California, where Taylen and Wyatt often ventured, were like a second home to them. These forests were vast and peaceful, with towering trees, winding trails, and hidden clearings, where the brothers would set out to search for shed antlers or just enjoy the quiet beauty of nature. The air was crisp and in early spring. Patches of snow still covered parts of the ground. It was a place where the two of them found calm, adventure, and freedom, far from the rush of everyday life. On March 23, 2024, Taylen and Wyatt set out for one of their favorite camping spots. It was a rare weekend, when Taylen had a break from his college classes and a part-time job. Their father was held up at work and couldn't join, but the brothers decided to make the most of their time outdoors. It wasn't unusual for the two of them to head off on their own. They had grown up spending weekends like this, camping, hunting, and enjoying the peace of the wilderness. The snow still covered the ground, and while there wasn't much game to hunt, wild boars were an exception. The brothers were most focused on gathering shed antlers, which were scattered across the forest at this time of year. If they could bag a boar or two, it would be a bonus, filling their family's freezer for weeks. They arrived at their campsite, tucked away just off the road, surrounded by trees and far from any signs of civilization. As they set up camp, the air was filled with laughter and conversation, the kind that comes naturally between siblings who know each other inside and out. Their mother had packed them plenty of food, so they didn't have to worry about much, just a night in the woods and some good hunting. By late afternoon, they had already caught a large boar and discovered several antlers. Wyatt defeated the boar, a victory he was not going to let his older brother forget anytime soon. They spent the remainder of the day dressing the animal in the field and transporting it back to camp. They left the entrails for scavengers to clean up and washed off in a nearby stream before returning to bed. The remains of the boar drew a large number of hunters that night, including a mountain lion. Mountain lions, also known as cougars, are powerful predators who are adept at blending in with their surroundings. They are solitary animals, frequently invisible to those who enter their territory. Even in areas frequented by humans, it is uncommon to see one. But make no mistake, they are always present, watching from the shadows. These animals' unpredictable nature and sheer strength make them particularly dangerous. An adult mountain lion can weigh anywhere from 100 to 180 pounds and leap distances of up to 40 feet in a single bound. Their muscular bodies are built for stalking and ambushing prey. When they attack, it's swift and fierce, usually going for the throat or back of the neck to suffocate or break the spine of their target. They're equipped with razor-sharp claws and teeth, designed to tear through flesh and muscle with ease. In most cases, mountain lions avoid humans, preferring to hunt deer or other wild animals. However, hunger can push them to act aggressively, especially when food is scarce. And when a lion decides to attack, it's nearly impossible to fend it off without some kind of weapon. Even with the right tools, it's a battle of survival. The lion that had been stalking Taylen and Wyatt all night was more dangerous than they had imagined. With hunger scratching at her and the scent of the boar luring her in, the predator was on edge. The lion, mad with fear and hunger and unwilling to be cornered, jumped from the bushes before Wyatt could raise his rifle. She pounced with fatal precision. Her claws would have shredded Wyatt's chest if he hadn't been wearing his heavy winter jacket. His uncovered face was not so fortunate. The animal sank her teeth into the soft tissue of his cheek, knocking him over with the force of her entire body. Taylen had the opportunity to raise his firearm, but with his younger brother and the attacker connected, he couldn't shoot without endangering Wyatt. In the midst of the chaos, they both fought the wild beast, knowing that their survival depended on their quick thinking and courage. The wild was unforgiving, and the stakes were never higher. As Taylen and Wyatt struggled against the mountain lion, the scene was chaotic. The fierce animal, driven by hunger and fear, wouldn't back down. Taylen yelled and swung at the cougar, trying to pull Wyatt out from under it. He felt scared, but they knew they had to fight to protect each other. Wyatt, still shaken from the initial attack, fought back with everything he had. He was aware of the pain in his face, but wouldn't give up. Taylen kept shouting, hoping to distract the lion so Wyatt could escape. Their strong bond from years of adventures helped them in that terrifying moment. The struggle was brutal. The lion, a skilled predator, clawed and snapped at both brothers, refusing to let go. Taylen continued to shout and fight, trying to keep the animal at bay. It felt like they were fighting against all odds, but they pushed on, determined to save one another. In a shocking turn, the lion lunged at Taylen, biting him in the throat. The pain was overwhelming, but it only fueled Wyatt's determination. Despite his own injuries, he fought back, striking the cougar and trying to distract it long enough to free Taylen. But then, Wyatt realized the gravity of the situation. He knew he had to call for help. The remote area had poor cell service, but he knew he had to try. He made a quick decision. He needed to reach their car to find help, even if it meant leaving Taylen for a moment. Wyatt sprinted away, panic coursing through him. When he reached their parked car, he frantically searched for a signal, praying to connect with someone who could save them. Finally, he was able to call 911, his voice shaking as he explained what was happening. Rushing back to the scene, Wyatt hoped to scare the lion away and reach Taylen, but when he arrived, his heart sank. Taylen was gone, and so was the mountain lion. Meanwhile, deputies responded to Wyatt's call, racing to the location he had provided. They found signs of a struggle everywhere. With caution, they searched for any sign of the lion or Taylen. As they moved closer, they spotted the lion crouched over Taylen's body, which had been dragged a short distance away. Knowing the risk, the deputies fired warning shots to scare the animal off without hurting Taylen, who lay still on the ground. They had to be careful. They couldn't tell if he was alive or dead. When the lion ran away, they quickly rushed in to check on Taylen, hoping he was still alive. Wyatt was taken to a local hospital where he had surgery for his injuries. Sadly, the mountain lion was tracked down and euthanized, and its body was collected for examination by wildlife officials. As the news spread through the community of El Dorado, the Brooks family faced the unimaginable loss of Taylen while feeling thankful that Wyatt had survived, even with serious injuries. In their statement, they spoke about the deep bond between the two brothers and how painful it was to lose one while the other fought to recover. The love and memories shared by the Brooks family would always be connected to that tragedy of that day, a reminder of the dangers in the wild and the strong ties of family. Despite this horrific incident, officials have emphasized how rare it is for a cougar to kill a person. The last time a person in California had been killed by a mountain lion was in 2004, according to state data. And 1994 was the last time a mountain lion had killed a person in El Dorado, about 50 miles northeast of Sacramento. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more shocking animal attacks, click on the next video. Don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button for more terrifying stories. Until next time, stay safe.